Religious fundamentalism and problematic thinking tend to go hand in hand. Here are a couple examples.
We got first and last names of 6 witches that are in our church. And you know what's strange? 3 of you are in this room right now. Three of you in the room right now. You better look in my eyeballs. We ain't afraid of you, you stinking witch. You devil-worshiping Satanist witch. We cast you out in the name of Jesus Christ. We break your spells. We break your curse. We got your first name. We got your last name. We even got an address for one of you. You so much as cough wrong, and I'll expose you in front of everybody in this tent, you stinking witch.
The judgment comes for you because you don't, look, they don't like God. And now atheists are going, oh, no, that's not true. I have great, well, at the judgment, that'll all be exposed and we're going to see. So they're just making up excuses. And you're going, oh, there's not enough evidence for Christianity. No, you are wicked and you don't want Christianity to be true.
And to be clear, yes, I do think the stupidity displayed in both of these clips are roughly on the same level. It would be much less of an issue if such people's beliefs and attitudes didn't affect everyone else. But since they do, we can't just ignore them. Or at least, I'm not going to. But how do we fight back? How do we attack fundamentalism at its root? It's not as complicated as you might think, actually, because it thrives in the soil of certainty. So, one of the best ways to undermine those approaches to religion is to undermine the absolute confidence people have in their religious beliefs. After all, an incredible number of people are living under the tacit assumption that if their religious beliefs are true, then they are obviously true.
People know there's a God. Common sense. But you're suppressing it. Truth of God is just obvious. It's obvious that there's a God. God has shown them. We're not agnostic. Just life experience tells you there's a God. Yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious. Okay, there must be a God. I mean, it's just common sense. It's obvious that there's a God because there's a us. God makes sense. It's really just common sense. I think it's just plain common sense. And I'll say, or it's common sense. You look at the clouds and the days going around. If something started all this, there had to be a God. Like, it's just common sense. You have to go to college to stop believing this. You are fighting hard, suppressing that truth. There's a God and you know it. Common sense. You do not need a degree in philosophy to show that God exists. We're here. God exists. But in the end, they're just suppressing the truth. I'm scared for you. Creation shaking its fist at the Creator? There shouldn't be any atheists. It's irrational. There are really atheists. They're just they're darkened hearts and futile thoughts that have brought them to that point. This is a big, giant claim.
I'm sorry, that never gets old. To pop a fundamentalist bubble and reduce their worldview to rubble, you don't have to disprove God or even a particular religion. All you have to show is that an informed person could reasonably disagree with them. That's it. Their extraordinary claim, big claim, wild claim, is, at a minimum, that everyone who comes in contact with their religious ideas and rejects them will reap an eternal negative consequence. Because they make such claims, they will necessarily have to chest thump about how great the reasons to convert to their religion are, even if the public evidence kinda sucks. So instead of getting hung up on showing that their beliefs are unreasonable, all you need to do is show that yours are reasonable. Not in the needy, respect my rationality kind of way. The kind of way that sees the low bar you need to traverse and then goes, it's not that this doesn't involve challenging people's beliefs directly. It's just that the metric for success doesn't need to be changing people's minds completely. Getting a person to lower their confidence or see those in their outgroup as reasonable too is a death blow to the kind of approach to religion that causes the most harm to society. Those are some of the main reasons why I made my last video on the resurrection. It's honestly the most important video I've ever made up to this point. So tap this video next to me if you haven't seen it. Or even if you have, if you want to watch again to signal to YouTube that this is the kind of video it needs to suggest to more people.